have a 3-drawer dresser here, and this is obviously it's from IKEA. So I'm going to put it together, and it comes in 3 separate boxes, and I'm going to show you how I unpack everything and get everything, prep everything, so I can just put them together real quick. So how I like to do it is, it comes in 2 boxes. Not to make it easy or any harder, but that's just the way it comes. Some of them come in 3 boxes, you know. So this is the first box, and it's normally, the first box is the, if it comes in 2 boxes, the first box is the frame itself. So I just put everything out the way it was, and all these screws and stuff come in a little box like this. So you won't see them, you'll just see and think it's like packaging. So they're in the box, just take out the box and you can take out all the contents and everything. And so for the second box that I undid were the drawers. You know, so I do that second, or sometimes I do it first to get the drawers out the way, because that's the most complicated one that I don't like the drawers, the drawer part. But what are you gonna do? You want a nice dresser, you gotta do the work. So I'm just gonna start putting the, I can put a drawer together and show you guys how to put a drawer together, and then the other 2 will be the same way I put the first one together. So it's really easy. So let's get started. So I took one of these and I laid it down, but make sure the slot's at the top, because it's easier to do if the slots are at the top. And I can go through the directions, but what's the purpose of this video? So I'm gonna leave the directions out. And all you would need for this is a flathead screwdriver and a Phillips head. You can use any gun you like. I like to use this, the Hercules from Harbor Freight. It's proven to be good like the DeWalt and the Milwaukee, and I never had a problem. I've been using it for a while now. It's not that old, but it's $75 plus the battery is $20, and you can't really beat it. So I'm gonna take these things right here and put them in these holes right here. So this hole right here and this hole right here, and I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna show you how to do it. You just screw it in, and then these go in this holes right here. But I'm only one person, so I can't do both, and you know. So that goes in there, and I'm gonna put the metal pieces in, and then I'm gonna slide this in, and I'll show you how to do that, because it's it's different now, so you kind of gotta put it in sideways and then bend it up just so it locks. So because you're so neat with everything, everything is here within reach, is what I like. So I put the screws in and the pogs in. So what you want to do is you want to put this on, but you want to make sure the screws are on the bottom, and this is on the inside, and the screws are on the outside, so you can put these on later. You know, you have screws to screw it into. So this is correct, the holes are down, so like that. Just put it in and get the other one. See, that's for this side, so that's for this side as well, that's for this side as well. But this, the holes on the bottom. So they're on the bottom, the slot's on the inside. So I put it in, and then these have holes on the back side. So this is what will lock it in place. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, and 3, 4 for the other side, and I'll bring you back. So to show you the other side, I did the other side, and they're plastic, you know, so don't squeeze them so hard, but when you do it, it's just hard not to rip it. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. They used to have metal, but now they use plastic. So, and you see the lip? So that's the lip. And I think the other side has a lip too, if I'm not mistaken. No, it doesn't have a lip. Just the one side, so that's the lip. And you can see, if you can see how it goes. Well, the lip part actually goes up here. So this is just like smooth. So I'm gonna, besides you can't really tell because of the slight right there. So that's how it works. It goes in like that. And you got this, the drawer. So pretty much, so now what you want to do is grab this piece, and because it's a lip here, you want to grab it like that, come in like that, and then kind of put it in there like this, just so it goes in like a slant, right here, and then you want to bend down, because any other way it's not going to go in there right. See the back end? If you can see the back end right here, you see how it bites into it, and that's really what you want. This thing will ever focus. I don't think it focuses that close, but see how it bites into it? So nothing I do, see, I pull it up and the whole thing comes off. So now I take these right here, these white pogs right here, and I go into the top holes. But you have to make sure this is up and in that slot so you can plug them in. And then here you'll see the things come through, and then that's what's gonna lock these in. So I'm gonna do the same thing with that, and then the other two sides on the other side, and then I'm gonna, because I want this to be flush, this shouldn't be a gap here. That's the whole point of the C shape. And so this goes inside and it can fit snug, and this can lock. Okay, so here I put it in. You know, it's pretty snug. When I lock it, it's gonna be more snug. But I wanted to show you on this side how far it actually comes inside. So if it doesn't come inside that far, then you're gonna lock it and you're gonna probably break the tooth off of one, and then that's gonna be it, you know, unless you go to IKEA and get another piece. But take your time and put it in, you know, make sure it's like that, and then you go here like this, and then it turns ever so easy, and you kind of snug it up. I kind of like snug it up enough because it's plastic, so it kind of, you know, you get that. So when you do that, it kind of is enough. But not all the time do I do that, but if you do it too tight, you're gonna crack it anyway. So take your time, because they are plastic. And then I'll show you the final product. I'll 360 it for you. So now I got the drawer together. I gotta put the handle on. But first things first, you see them 3 holes? So you get 3 of the little screws. Now don't get confused, because all the screws that you need are here, and it's really easy. The bigger the project, the more complicated, but This is fairly easy. I just lift it up the thing like this, and you want this part always goes on the top, but the this is always outside so you want it like this. This always goes on the bottom. So this is the bottom. So it's just like that. And then this part is always on the side of the jar. So you want it like that. All the jars are the same. They're all gonna be the same way. So I pop 3 screws in these side holes right here. And then I do the same to the other side, and I put the handle on the front, and that'll be all. And then I gotta do the same thing 2 more times. So I flipped it over. This is one side, and this is the other side. And I pop the screws in. See, it's the same way on the other side, you know, because you want the track to catch the inside of the jar. And I'll show you later when I put the jars in. So you want that, and you want 3 screw holes. Be careful, because some of them only have 2 screw holes, but if you're buying this particular model, then I guess you won't need the directions. So here you go, that's that. That's everything's done, really. You know, you got that. I did the inside right there, and the only thing left is this, and the screws are here. The machine's cut screws in here, so I'm gonna pop them in this way from the inside, the screws, because you want the things to be on the outside. And they're short, but the handles go inside, and they grab this screw. So don't be discouraged. So you want to put this on the inside out, then put this in here, put this in a hole, tighten it up, and that's your jar. And then I'll show you guys how it looks after I do the last jar. I'll show you the last one. So here I'm done. I screwed it in. It's just supposed to be nice and flush, you know, and this is the last one. So now I'm on to building the frame. And it's not much more difficult than building the jars. I'm gonna show you and walk you through everything. So how I do it is, one of the sides, there's 2 sides. One I took, and then that's the top. So I'll take one of the sides. They want you to lay it side by side, but I just look at one side, and you know, it's hard because you have to look at the holes, you know, but I know the 2 big holes are at the top because the feet go at the bottom, as you can see. So I just took one. It was this side that I took, and you know, I can just go by the holes, but these aren't numbered, so it's not that easy. So I put the hinges down, and it's easy because I put the hinges here, you know, the 3 holes, and then the hole goes at the top because obviously you want the jar to roll in. So I line them up with the holes here, and then here, this is the last one. I line this up with the holes. So then I screw that in, and you have all the screws, and you know, you can count the screws, but IKEA never really has a problem with screws and stuff like that missing, so you don't have to worry about that. And see right here, you can see, I like to use the directions, but you know, this stuff is so easy. Like, you can see this hole, and then you can see the 2 different sizes with this hole. This hole doesn't count right here, but you can see the 2 different sizes for this hole. So obviously these holes get that, and then these holes get that. You know, that gets the wooden piece, that gets a wooden piece, and that gets a wooden piece, because you can see the sizes. You know, it's really easy. But these right here, you can see the sizes too. See? It's easy to determine, you know? But this right here and that right there is, you can see the two different sizes. But I like to look at the thing anyway. But I'm gonna put them all in, and then I'm gonna show you what I got. So this is for this bar right here. I know that. So you can look at it. You see the holes. And then I'm gonna let you look at it afterwards and just see, because these directions are hard to read, and I understand that. So after all said and done, this is the bottom, and then that's how it goes. So what had happened is I got a little ahead of myself and I put this in. So these screws aren't the same that go into here. These screws aren't the same as the screws that go into the hinges right there. So they're smaller. So you should have 4 of them. 2 for this side and 2 for the other side. And now, you know, here's the 2 little ones. So the big one with the feet holes. So we already determined the top is with the 2 big holes, and the bottom is with the feet holes, right? See right here? I still gotta put the feet on. So now, I gotta get these out, because I messed up and was going too fast, and I put all the pegs in here, and I put the pegs in here as well. So what you wanna do is make sure the foot's down with all the other feet, and you wanna pop this into place right here. But I'll be back with that, because I gotta put these, you put these all on the back. And then you do repeat the same process with that board, and then you put it on top of this, and then you're gonna screw everything in on the top the same way you are on the bottom. So let me pop these feet in right here, the same as I'm gonna do with the other one. I just put them in a hole, you know, you squeeze them. It's really simple. They make it really easy. Some of them are nails, and you need a hammer to nail them in, but they're making this IKEA stuff pretty easy. So basically I'm gonna do that. So I'll put that in there. Make sure the feet's down with all the other feet. And then I have this one. This skinny one is the front, but see, it can only go in one way. You know, and obviously this one's to be on the bottom because you're gonna have the top, and this is the pretty part right here. So you want the flat part to be on the top, so you're gonna plug it in like this, and then lock it into place. And, you know, this one has the feet, so obviously this one goes on the bottom. So what you want to do here is you want these holes to be on the outside. That's how they want them to be, on the outside. Oh no, actually, I'll put them on the inside. Just so you don't see everything. Yeah, it's easier to work with 2 hands, but yeah, see, like that. And then, so you got this one, you got 3 of them. And then you're gonna lock them into place, but I'm gonna show you after I put them in. You just put them in. No, but you want to make sure this piece goes with the hole. Like, see that hole? Because you're gonna make sure it locks in. You're gonna have to lock them in with these locking bolts. So I turned it around, and so you can see So basically, all the holes are gonna be on the bottom because the screws are on the bottom. And see, I put the plastic pieces in, I turned them. It's righty-tighty. And then I put these in, righty-tighty. And then I'm just gonna repeat the process on the other side. I put these screws in right here so I don't lose them. And I'm just gonna push this to the back, you know? And then let me just grab this and put the holes up top, because that's gonna be the top, right? With the other top. So I'm gonna plug the feet in, right there. Plug the feet in, and plug this foot in, right here. So if you visualize it, this is gonna go on like that. So you're gonna have this like this, right? Because this is gonna go on like that. So these holes are gonna be on this side, same as that. And then you're gonna be able to slide the drawers in, you know? And the same goes for this. You just loosen one up, you line the other up. Same thing with the holes, you know? The big ones get the wooden plugs, and the small ones get that, you know? And I'll show you again how it goes in case the people out there can't read the directions well. Because I understand these directions are hard and it's complicated for me. You know, the video makes everything look easy, but I'm just gonna put it all together and then I'll bring you back. So I finished up. You take your time and look and see what I've done. As you can see, the majority of the holes are on this end, if that helps you any. And so I'm just gonna flip it around because the holes are gonna go into that end and then these two sides anyway. And then I kept them holes free because that metal bar is gonna go on it. So, you know, if I had somebody watching or taking video, you know, I could show you. But let me put it on first and then I'll close it and I'll flip it up. And then we'll do the top real quick. And then I'll pop the drawers in and that'll be it. I'll put it in. You see how they all match up. You know, the holes are at the bottom. This is gonna be the roof. That's the bottom. So the holes have to be at the bottom. See, the holes are at the bottom. And then, you know, I'll pull it up like this. And not all of them have this, but it's kind of like a support beam to hold the box together. And so you have this, you know, and these holes, you know, these holes are for the wood. So we're gonna put 4 on the lid and then put the woods in. I'm gonna put the wood in on the lid itself and then put everything going at the same time because I just like having one thing done. But you have to be careful because some of these lids, well, I mean, not really be careful. It doesn't matter. Because if you're doing this particular dresser, then, I mean, it looks pretty simple. So that's how it should be. Anyway, let me pop these in. See, the small hole and the big hole. And right here, the small hole and the big hole. Because this doesn't fit in here. So don't try to make it squeeze and, you know. So, yeah, and then I'm gonna put that in there. And I'll show you guys. You see that? This is one side. That's the other side. And then 2 plugs go in here. And so you got it the first time. So basically, the outside wants to get the wood and the inside once they get the metal screws on both sides. And this is whether this is facing the other side or it's upside down, it's still going to be the same thing. The metal screws are going to be in the middle. So I'm gonna take this, pop it up, and then I'm gonna pop these plastic screws in, and then I'm going to show you how to put the drawers in and how they work and the whole point of this assembly. So I put the lid on and I twisted them little plastic screws. But these right here, I like to keep these. This because, you know, like for concrete, these are nice for concrete. So say if you drill a hole in concrete and maybe you put a Tapcom screw in and it broke the concrete, because concrete's brittle, right? So you can just slide this into the concrete hole and it kind of fill it out a little bit. And when you put a screw in it, it just kind of stuffs it, you know? And these work really nice, so I like to keep these. And even for door jams, like, see this door over here? See the door jam? Sometimes they come loose, you know? And sometimes you have to drill the hole out this size, and then you can just tap this in with a hammer. And you can just pop a screw in it, you know? And the pressure of the screw going through. But you have to be careful because sometimes you can crack the wood, you know, because if you're stuffing too much wood in there, you know, so sometimes I like to take these and just cut it in half, you know, and kind of just run it alongside the screw as I'm screwing it in, you know, because you need some air space. And these things work nice. I've done it before, and the guy never called me back. I actually did all his doors, and it's proven to be solid, and I really like these. And you can use it for a couple other projects as well. You know, that's why I just keep them, because you never know when you need something. So, back to this. So you see how I put the hinges on, and there's only really one way that it really goes on too, because the holes match up. But anyway, see the holes, and you know, so I'm just gonna take it right here, you know, and just put it in and make sure it goes inside the thing. See, like that. And then that's got to match up too. So go over top of the hole, and then you lift up onto like this, because you want to go inside of the thing. And when you just push, you slide it in. And that's it. And you got the drawer. And does it come out, you know, it kind of blocks it. There you go. So, you know, if you guys like these type of videos, here, let me actually put the other two in. So this is the final product. You know, it's really nice. So, I like to put this at the top, just because, you know, that's the right way. That's the point of them even doing it anyway. So yeah, if you guys like these kind of videos, you know, give me a comment or thumbs up. And I have no point not to make these videos. I got a couple houses, you know, that I just stage. I put stuff together